nigga. I got 1, 2, 3, 4.
So what, we go out, that's how it's supposed to be. Living young and wild and free.
Cool stories in Snapchat and Instagram. Friends telling you about their recent travels, concerts, and festivals they've been at. All that surrounds us in our saturated with social media everyday life. Today, on this spring break's eve, the feeling of anxiety and even jealousy might be especially acute with all your friends around posting the highlights of their holidays. So today, I'm going to talk about the fear of missing out, or as we all have come to know it, FOMO. When we talk about FOMO, we sometimes think about a new notion that appeared in the 21st century and is haunting us more and more. But in fact, FOMO has always been around. It has its roots in the very origin of the human beings. It is inherent to all highly socialized creatures. The feeling can be explained by the findings of Harvard Grant study. Harvard Medical School for 75 years was examining mental health of 250 men from the 1939-1944 graduating cohort and concluded that the keys to being happy are connection, accomplishment, and recognition. And lack of them can be detrimental for mental well-being. I think at this point, you might be thinking, come on, in our age of information technologies and social media, we're all connected. We post our accomplishments on social media platforms and get recognition by collecting likes. Well, yes and no. In fact, social media is argued to be the catalyst of spreading FOMO in our society. In the recent study by Carleton and McGill University, scientists examined the psychological basis of FOMO. The researchers created a scenario in which participants were asked to read an activity that a person had planned to do that evening, in addition to an alternate activity. In the imagined scenario, the people always choose the planned activity. Here, they pitted against one another the features of the chosen versus planned activity. In one case, the alternative activities were either social or not. And in the other case, the person imagined being reminded of an alternate social activity, a party, either through a friend or social media notification. Not surprising, FOMO was a commonly reported feeling, which created negative emotions and feelings of destruction. Adding to this, the results showed that FOMO was felt no matter how the person found about the alternate social activity on which they were missing out. Hearing it from a friend versus social media produced the same amount of FOMO. And finally, it was also felt even when the selected activity was an enjoyable social one. Okay, now you may be wondering, so what should we do? How do we cope with FOMO? Should we try to isolate ourselves from the new technology? Well, if we reduce presence of social media in our lives, we can learn about the missed activities only from non-virtual interactions with friends, and most of them due to homophony, our tendency to surround ourselves with people like us, share same interests, and are likely to go to the same events as we do. At the end of the day, trying to isolate ourselves from technologies is almost a natural, intrinsic to humans' approach to coping with progress. This is especially the case with information technologies. Even a famous apologist of ancient Greek democratic ideas, Plato, channeling his non-writer mentor Socrates, believed that new at the time information technology, which is writing, was spreading false wisdom and creating the society of people who only seem to know many things, but for the most part are ignorant. However, looking back at the last couple of millennia, we see that it is writing that we owe most of knowledge to, and it served as the basis for progress. Social media, in its turn, has countless potential of connecting the world and making our lives easier. So let's exclude nihilism from the list of possible options to cope with FOMO. Let's instead focus on a more moderate approach, adjusting our use of social media by identifying the right social activities and avoiding those that can potentially bring about FOMO. So where do we start? First, We need to think about the social media platforms as the tools to create social capital, or simply speaking, social connections. These connections, according to Cliff Lampe, are usually composed of strong ties and weak ties. Strong ties are the most important ones. They provide us with emotional and physical resources and the insights into what it's like to be a person not like you. While weak ties do a similar thing but in a lower capacity and also require less emotional and time investment per connection. However, well, there are so many of them, it is easy to find yourself in the midst of information overload. People from all different parts of the world posting about all different types of social activities that you might have had no interest in before surround you in the social media and get you deeper and deeper into the feeling of missing something in your life. Being so much not like them, being mediocre. Well, that is the first approach. Then second is we can master JOMO. So what a crap is that? Let me explain. The more serious and unexpected information is, the stronger is the resonance, and its impact can last for weeks, months, and even years. And during this period of time, our minds are open and seeds can be planted. So we start to activate the previous knowledge, and there is striking point. Because knowledge meets information, and information becomes knowledge. And what does that mean for us? We can relax. No need to run after the life ticker and breaking news every moment. No FOMO. JOMO. Joy of missing out. The most important things we get to know anyway, sooner or later, even if we're offline for a couple of hours or days. So relax for a while and enjoy